welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you my fourth graders homeschool routine. I'm just going to show you like which curriculum she's using, and then at the end I'll give you an idea of how long everything took her. I've just made a similar video for my second grade daughter, so if you're interested in seeing her schedule and routine, that will be linked down below. Now if you've seen that video, you're going to see a lot of similarities. My daughters are 2 years apart, and they tend to do a lot of the subjects together. That's something new that we started this homeschool year, and honestly it's just been working really great. They love doing certain subjects together, and it's just working better for us. So really the only separate independent things that they do right now are math and handwriting, and that's just because they're at different levels with those subjects. So you'll see a lot of similarities, but I hope you guys enjoy this kind of routine of my fourth grader. I will also say that we are getting down to the end of our homeschool year, and so we have 2 months left, a little less than that, because we're trying to finish up like before the last week of May. That was not my original intention for this homeschool year. I was actually planning to go through June with them, stopping in July, but they decided they want to go to like their daily summer camp that they do during summer. And so we all agreed that we want to be done, and we do like finishing our curriculum. So we want math and these subjects to be done. So we've also started kind of like dwindling down with some things. Certain subjects like writing, handwriting, we're going to hold that over until next school year. We're at a good stopping place. Same with grammar. So those kind of big curriculums are kind of being pushed until next year, and we're just kind of focusing on math and a lot of different unit studies that we are filling in. All right, so just a quick rundown. I kind of just plan weekly, but like I said, our week kind of got off track, and so it is the 30th. These are our family subjects. So we have some vocabulary from word roots. We're doing 2 moving beyond the page units, 1 for language arts and 1 for social studies. We have our butterfly science, but then my oldest daughter, her math and handwriting are her only independent stuff today. So she's doing her 2 math lessons in handwriting, and so that's what I will take you guys through today. So she decided today to start math first. Sometimes she does math first, sometimes she does it after our group subjects. It all depends on the day. We are starting pretty early. I think it's right before 9 o'clock. We normally start between like 9 and 10 in the morning. So she uses Saxon 5-4. She's on lesson 95. So she's doing 2 lessons today. Actually, no, she's doing lesson 95 and then test 18. Yeah. Okay, so she's going to do a lesson and a test today. And so she uses Nicole the math lady. She watches her video lesson, completes her practice and exercises and tests all on her own unless she needs some help from me. So that is what she's going to be working on. So she just did her lesson practice where she learns a new concept, and then she has questions on that, and now she's on her mixed review. So Saxon is a spiral method, so she's constantly reviewing concept that she's learned. So her lesson today was 2-step problems about a fraction of a group. So that's her new concept, and that's what she watched on Nicole the math lady. She has her lesson practice, and then this is the mixed practice that she's working on now. So these are a review of concepts, and so she completes her work here, and then she enters them in on her computer for immediate grading. Anything that she needs help with, she marks, and then her and I go over that together. Which number? 30? Yeah. Okay, so you rounded that to 2,000?
Yeah, would it be 2,400?
Yeah, I would round it to 2,400 and then divide it by 6.
About the answer, it was just a
All right, so we're finding this as a decimal. Where's your, just what are the places after the decimal? So after the decimal, Okay, you know that the third one is thousandths.
Yeah.
And then
hundredths.
Hundredths and tenths. So if this is 3/10,
it would go 0 just 0.3.
Right. All right, so she finished her lesson and now she's moving on to a test. How often do you have tests? Every 10 lessons?
Every 5 lessons.
Oh, every 5 lessons she has a test, and this is a review of concepts taught. So Saxon is really all about making sure they know these concepts, reviewing them, testing on them, and so she's completing her test. There's no lesson to watch on the test, so she just gets right into her book and then she enters the answers in here, and then she'll be done with math for today. I just wanted to share something if you're interested in Saxon or how we use it. This is the solutions manual, so even though Nicole the Math Lady, the website, we have grading, if I need to help her with something, I have this. What I like about it is it doesn't just tell you the answer, it kind of gives you a quick way of how they should have solved it. So like what the steps are, kind of breaking down the problem, how they should have carried stuff. So this helps me tremendously if we're stuck on a problem that I can't just help her with. So even though we have the grading and Nicole the Math Lady, we still use this book maybe like once every 10 lessons. Something comes up that's a little bit weird. But I just like that it's not just an answer key. It definitely gives you more details on how to solve problems, as well as we have this reference guide that we use as well. So when they're learning place value, all different things, it's just like a quick reference guide that kind of helps. Okay, so now Emma finished her math, and so we're moving on to our group subjects. So we have started using word roots. Because we took a pause on our grammar, and so we are learning different roots to help our vocabulary, and so we're going to work on that. And then we are still working on some of our moving beyond the page units, the family under the bridge, and economic cycles. Pages today, we are doing page 2 and 3. So lesson 1, roots, page 2. Is that what you guys have on top?
This one?
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to underline the prefixes and circle the roots in the choice box below. Then write the correct word at the end of its matching definition. So these are the same words we learned on Monday. So what is a prefix?
That goes before the word.
It gets added to the beginning of a word, okay? So we have periscope, microscope, and telescope. So you're going to underline the prefix and circle the roots in the choice box below. Remember how we learned the prefix peri means around or surrounding, so P-E-R-I, and then the roots are micro, scope, and tele. Scope, tele, and micro are roots. So remember, a root can be by itself at the beginning, at the end.
And then what do we do on these 3?
Okay, then you're going to match the word with the correct definition.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Alright, so what new word did you create that means star sailor? Yes, Emma?
Astronaut.
Astronaut. Mila, what about measure of heat?
Thermometer.
Thermometer. And then Emma, writing about the earth?
Geography.
Geography?
Why did you say
Geography? Geography.
You used to say that all the time.
geography? Because when you look at geo and then graphy, you're like geography?
Geography. Alright, last activity. Below are sentences that use 4 of the root combinations from activity C. So what you guys just used. Fill in the blanks to complete the sentences. So blank is one of my favorite subjects in school.
No, it's not.
All right, so now we are moving on to our language arts reading lesson. They are reading The Family Under the Bridge. So we're on lesson 7, which we are reading chapter 6. The girls take turns reading aloud. And then if you're not familiar with moving beyond the page, they give you discussion questions. We normally just do those verbally real quick after the girls finish reading. And then there's always activities. So today there's a vocabulary activity, an apostrophe activity, and that's it. So they'll complete those 2 activities once they have finished reading.
The children's desire for a house on wheels worried Armand. Now, wouldn't it take them to think up something like that? You don't need to have Father Christmas bring you a house now.
All right, so you each get this picture. We're going to be learning about something called opportunity cost. Stop drawing, Mila. We're going to revisit this book. Do you remember this book?
Oh,
If You Made $1 Million? Okay. So, in the economic cycle, there are producers and consumers. Producers provide the goods and services. So regardless of what they chose, that's giving up the opportunity for other ones. So you always have to make a decision. Okay? So down below, you're going to do 3 of your own examples. When I chose to buy this, I gave up this. So if you chose to spend, Mila, remember when you saved all your Christmas money? And you bought a Barbie dream house?
Yeah.
You gave up the opportunity to save that money, to buy a video game, to buy, or what did you do? Remember you bought like a backpack or something, or you bought a bunch of small things instead of a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Or instead of saving your money and earning interest, right? So give up 3 examples of things that you had to make a decision. It doesn't mean it's wrong, it's just you have to make a choice when it comes to money and finances. What about we can go on vacation or we can pay our mortgage? Do you think that's an opportunity cost that we have to choose? Yeah. So she's working now on her independent handwriting. She uses the Good and Beautiful level 4. She's pretty much done with this. She has like 10 more pages to complete. And that's what's been happening with most of our year-long curriculum is it's towards the end of the year and it's all getting completed. This is her last independent thing. Later today, we will get my preschooler and we will do our science lesson, which is on butterflies. And that will be the last thing to do for today. All right, so it is the afternoon time and now Nico has joined us for our group subjects. And we are going to do our caterpillar unit. So we have the sunlight unit that we're using. And right now we're just finishing up reading this book. We have caterpillars that look like they, oh my gosh, you can't even see them because they've made such a mess in here. Oh, there they are. So they are getting ready to hopefully go into the chrysalis stage. And so the girls just answer these questions as I read. Nico's working on his. And then that will be the wrap of our homeschool day and Emma's day since she did her independent stuff already. So what page are we on? 18?
18 through 19.
Okay.
But it says complete the table below pages 13 to 21.
Oh, okay, so maybe we're on...
Maybe we were behind.
Oh, maybe I stapled it wrong. Okay. Oh, time to change. Okay, so remember, what do the caterpillars do?
I know. They turn to chrysalis.
Are you looking at the picture? I'm showing this.
I know what it does.
What?
Chrysalis.
It turns into a chrysalis. But what does the caterpillar need to do before that? What?
I know. It needs to find a leaf or a branch to start making its chrysalis, and it like makes the chrysalis around it so that it has like a little...
Yep, and it's going to eat and eat and eat and eat. Such a hungry caterpillar. And now it's time to change. Soon caterpillars are ready to turn into butterflies. First, a caterpillar finds a safe, sheltered place. It hangs upside down using its hooks on... Fourth grader has finished her homeschool day, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys how long everything took. So remember, today was a double day. So one time a week she completes 2 math lessons, and today it just worked out to being a math lesson and a math test. Her lesson took about 45 minutes and her math test took about 45 minutes. So on our other school days, one of these would not have been there. So this is definitely a longer day when we do our double day. Our word roots that we started with only took about 15 minutes. Our moving beyond the page, the language arts, which is our family from under the bridge reading unit, took about 30 minutes. That's with reading. So they read a chapter and did some activities. And then our social study, moving beyond the page, which is our economics, took about 30 minutes. Her handwriting only took about 10 minutes, and then her science that we did together with my little one was about 20 minutes. So altogether, she spent about 3 hours and 15 minutes, which is pretty normal. She spends a little bit longer than my second grader, just mostly due to math. Her math is a little bit more advanced, and so her lessons just take longer. But still, I think 3 hours and 15 minutes is fair, that even though she did the 2 lessons today, sometimes, you know, we take longer on other subjects. So I feel like this is pretty average for my 4th grader, who this is like a 3-day school week. So she does co-ops 2 days a week, and then this is like for 3 days a week. Yeah, and that's how long it took her. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the routine, the curriculum we use for my 4th grader. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Like I said, we're towards the end of our year, so we're not using all of the curriculum. We are focusing a lot more on different types of unit studies. Even that, in a couple weeks, all the unit studies we're doing right now will be finished. Actually, I think next week we're finishing most of them. So that means we're going to start doing some new unit studies. So that's something that is constantly changing, is all the different unit studies. But as far as our flow, you guys kind of saw there's independent work, and then there's group family subjects that we kind of maneuver through. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, guys, and we'll chat soon. Bye.